Okay, so now I'm going to go over the homework assignment that goes along with this week's presentation and information. So this is a PowerPoint, or sorry, Google Slides presentation, not to be confused with Microsoft PowerPoint. And each of you are going to get a blank copy of this. And that's why on the first slide it says your name is Journey. So I would put Mrs. Tran's journey. Sally would put Sally's journey, and Bobby would put Bobby's journey. So when you get this in your Schoology, you're going to replace your name with your actual name. Next up, I have the instructions so that you can refer back to them at any point. So this week, I am tasking you with going on a short walk. You can do this within your home, near your home, on your way to or from somewhere, whatever you want. The only requirement for distance is that there's a point A and a point B. So if you want to take a walk around your bedroom, have at it. If you are taking your basket of goodies to Grandma and Grandpa down the street, perfect. If you want to take a walk to the park with your siblings and then a walk back home, your point A and point B might not be the start and the end, but there are two different locations. There are suggestions for 5 photos to take along the way, but you do actually need to include at least 10 photos. But no more than 15, please. I have to spend time grading these. You're welcome to change the names of the suggestions, and you're not required to answer the questions that I have along with those suggestions. However, you are required to write a small description of why you chose to photograph the things you did. So I will go through these suggestions that I have and the rubric at the end, so hopefully this answers all of your questions. Depart. Where did you begin? Where are you intending to go? So you don't have to leave it titled Depart. You don't have to answer those questions, but you could say start. I started in my bedroom and I thought I would go to my living room. Perfectly acceptable. The second suggestion I have is path. How are you going to get where you are going? What direction will you go? Is it a flat path? Is it stairs? Are you going to crab walk it? How are you going where you're going? The next one I have is noticings. What is catching your eye on your journey? So it could be something like a piece of trash along the sidewalk, or maybe your neighbor has a particularly pretty flower bush. Maybe there's a cloud in the sky that caught your attention. You don't always have to show me where you're going. Show me what you're seeing along the way. The next one I have is moment. And this one seems kind of weird in the grand scheme of things, but I think it's an important one. I want you to take a moment to just be. Where are you drawn to look as you take in your surroundings? So if it's a matter of waiting to cross the street, just take a moment to look all the way around you. What do you see? What are you going to take a picture of to show the rest of the world later? What is your important moment in your journey? The last one is arrive. Did you return to the same spot where you started? Did you take a different route than you'd originally planned? How did it go? So those are the 5 suggestions that I have. You could very easily just have all of them repeat and then take different pictures for each one. You could take out all of them and show me where you begin and where you end and just have some random stuff in between. But I'm posing this to you again with a thought of composition and setting up your stuff, right? Where are you taking these pictures? What are your pictures of? You don't necessarily have to worry about the purpose or the technology in between. Right now, I just want you to think about setting your scene. When is it? Where is it? What is it? So the rubric for this assignment, hopefully it makes sense. I will just be either like circling, commenting, highlighting, whatever. If it has a clear beginning and a clear end, you'll get 10 out of 10 points. So everything else in between is up to you, but I'm making sure that you have a clear start and a clear stop. Next up are the photos included, or number of them, I should say. If you happen to include 15 photos, you'll get 10 points. It's the maximum amount for this one. If you include 10 photos, which is the minimum required, you'll get 7 points. And if you only include 5 photos, you'll get 4. So keep that in mind with how many you think you need to include to express what you want to say. But know that the minimum number required for a passing grade is 10, 7 points. The last part is regarding your descriptions. So 10 points means that your descriptions are complete sentences, minimal spelling and grammar errors, right? If you want a passing grade but don't want to worry too much about it just yet, they can be thorough phrases, right? It doesn't have to be a complete sentence, but you should still shoot for minimal spelling and grammar errors. And then the last one that I put point values for is that you have descriptions, but they're not very good, right? I may not understand what you're trying to say. It may not make sense for what your picture is of, whatever that may be. So it's pretty easy to get a 7 points on that part, assuming you include your descriptions. So all in all, the total points is 30, listed down here at the bottom. And hopefully we'll get some really cool photo essays to start with. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing your work.